Tarot FAQ. Are all tarot readers into witchcraft? No, not all tarot readers are into witchcraft. Tarot is a tool used by people from various backgrounds for self-reflection, spiritual growth, or personal guidance. While some readers may combine tarot with witchcraft or other mystical traditions, many simply use it to connect with their intuition, without any ties to witchcraft or religious affiliations. Witchcraft is often misunderstood. At its core, it involves using tools like herbs, crystals, candles, or incantations to set intentions for outcomes such as healing, protection, or personal empowerment. Although it's commonly associated with nature-based religions like Wicca, it's not confined to any single belief system. What many people don't realize is that the rituals used in witchcraft are similar to those found in many religious practices. For example, lighting a candle in church and offering a prayer for healing is very much like lighting a candle in witchcraft to saying an incantation. Whether you call it a prayer or a spell, both practices are about connecting to a higher power, focusing energy, and setting an intention. Many major religions, such as Christianity, Buddhism, and Muslim, incorporate similar rituals. For example, incense is commonly used in Christian, Buddhist, and Muslim ceremonies to purify spaces or create a sacred atmosphere. In many Christian services, people light candles in someone's name or place their names into temple ceremonies. These acts are essentially the same underlying practices seen in witchcraft, directing energy, prayers, or intentions for the desired outcome. The labels may differ, but the purpose remains: connecting to a higher power, focusing energy, and setting intentions, whether for healing, protection, or blessings. In fact, religious rituals such as opening and closing prayers, singing hymns, or breaking bread are all ways of focusing energy and connecting with a higher power. Many spiritual traditions use these rituals in ways that mirror witchcraft's use of spells or incantations. For example, lighting candles in a religious ceremony or saying a prayer for guidance is similar to setting an intention with a candle in witchcraft. Even practices like yoga involve rituals of tuning in and tuning out, chanting Om at the beginning and end of each session, where energy is focused through specific chants or movements, much like the way a prayer or spell works to direct energy for a purpose. The study of religions worldwide reveals that many practices and traditions are universally shared, from rituals like communion and offerings, chanting or singing of hymns, invocations, and benedictions, to the use of symbolism and imagery, holidays, and festivals. Symbols such as the Eye of Providence, the Pyramid, the Ankh, and the Tree of Life transcend individual religious traditions and appear across various cultures, reflecting common spiritual themes like life, death, divinity, protection, and the pursuit of enlightenment. These symbols bridge ancient belief systems with modern spiritual practices, such as Freemasonry and other esoteric traditions, highlighting how humanity's quest for meaning and connection with the divine has been expressed in remarkably similar ways across time and cultures. Even tarot has ties back to the Jewish Kabbalah, and the sacred images and geometry like the Tree of Life are found throughout the tarot deck. Some people argue that religion is ordained by a higher power, while witchcraft is not. This belief often comes from the idea that there is a battle between light and dark forces, with religion representing the light and witchcraft being aligned with the dark. Florence Scovel offers a different perspective on this. She teaches that there is only one power in the universe, and that power created both light and dark aspects. She addresses this misconception by explaining that people create divisions of power based on false beliefs. She writes, "There is no power in evil. It is a false law man has made for himself." Shin teaches that if you believe in a higher creative power, then you must recognize that this power created both light and dark, Believing in another force outside of this universal power is an illusion, a misunderstanding of how true power works. There is a light and dark side to everything, including ourselves. Religious practices also have a shadow side, and religious abuse is a reality many people face. Religious abuse occurs when someone in a position of spiritual authority uses their influence to manipulate, control, or harm others. This can manifest through fear, guilt, or shame, to coerce people into doing something against their will or better judgment, or to bind them into outcomes they do not choose, extorting money, non-consensual sexual services, or other acts of manipulation. Wars and crusades have historically been fought in the name of religion, with countless lives lost in the belief that one faith or god is superior to another. Practices like honor killings, justified by religious or cultural beliefs, further show the destructive power of this manipulation. The notion of my God is better than your God has fueled violence, conflict, and oppression for centuries, creating division rather than unity. Religious elitism, where one group believes they hold the ultimate truth, can also perpetuate abuse and exclusion, fostering environments of judgment and superiority. Whether it's using fear of eternal punishment to control someone or forcing them to follow a path they don't agree with, it's a form of spiritual manipulation. You often see this in cults and other high-pressure religions, but religious abuse can come from anyone attempting to control and manipulate your beliefs or actions, including friends and family members. Religious abuse, in essence, is another form of black magic, as it seeks to control others through fear and emotional manipulation. Just like casting a harmful spell, the intention behind religious abuse is to control and oppress, rather than to empower and uplift. The real question isn't whether something is ordained or not, but how you choose to align with the power that exists in the universe. Do you align with the lighter aspects, or do you align with the dark? And this is true whether it's religion or witchcraft. What matters is your intention behind your actions, whether through religion, witchcraft, or any other practice. What you call the universal power you work with is irrelevant. The power is the same. Different traditions may have their own names for this force, but they all refer to the same energy. Some call it God, while others may use terms like Elohim, Source, the Divine, Allah, or the Universe. Whatever name you choose, it's the same universal energy that connects everything and everyone. This concept ties into the universal law of duality, which suggests that light and dark exist in balance, and each has its purpose. No matter the practice, whether religious or magical, both light and dark forces are part of the same universal energy. It's how you use this energy and what intentions you set that determine the outcome. The key to using any spiritual practice, whether prayer or spell work, lies in setting positive intentions. The energy you focus on will eventually shape your behavior, aligning your actions with your goals. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself based on thoughts and behaviors, backs this idea. When you focus on positive intentions, you create new neural pathways, helping you manifest positive outcomes. This also aligns with the law of attraction. What you focus on, you attract. The reality of casting a spell is that it sets an intention, which often leads to changes in your own behavior to make that intention come true. For example, if you cast a beauty spell so you appear more attractive, you will start to change your behavior in order to make that spell come true. And this could be focusing more on your personal appearance, personal style, exercising, or going on a diet. All of these can be good and beneficial, but if it becomes obsessive, you could develop an eating disorder, spend countless dollars on cosmetics, clothing, cosmetic surgery, or diet programs in order to ensure that you appear more attractive. And unfortunately, none of these things guarantee that you are more attractive. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. but universally people agree that confidence and authenticity are of the most attractive aspects of an individual, regardless of their physical appearance. Another example, if you cast a spell for a specific person to fall in love with you, you might change how you act, look, your hobbies, and essentially the very essence of yourself that makes you unique and lovable, in order to get that specific person to fall in love with you. But in the end, they aren't falling in love with the real you, they're falling for the illusion created by your manipulation. This can lead to years of needing to maintain that illusion, using manipulative tactics like gaslighting your partner in order to control them. This can result in years of trauma, severe trust issues, and for the spellcaster to never fully feel accepted or seen because the real them is not what is being presented, and it prevents both of you from experiencing genuine love and happiness. If you cast a spell for money, the same principle applies. You may find yourself engaging in unethical, unlawful, or harmful activities in order to ensure the spell works. These consequences are real and often very painful. Spell work doesn't last forever, it wears off over time, and even if you cast more spells and tell more lies, the efficacy and potency diminish over time. The energy you send out will eventually return to you, magnified. Lies are revealed, thieves are caught, and if you gossip, the truth will come out, and you'll be seen in a negative light by those you gossiped to and about. Truth and love are far more powerful energies, and while spells may work temporarily, their effects will fade, the truth will be revealed, and wrongs will be righted. The universe requires balance as part of the universal law, and the energy you pour into a spell returns to you exponentially. If you lie, you will be lied to. But if you give, you will be given to. Your own authenticity and honesty about who you are is more powerful than lies and gossip, and doesn't wear off like spell work does. This is why it's so important to choose your path wisely and be mindful of the energy you send out, because whatever you give to the world, whether good or bad, will come back to you in greater force. These concepts of reciprocity and balance are taught by many religious leaders. For example, in Christianity, the Bible teaches you reap what you sow, Galatians 6:7, emphasizing that your actions, whether good or bad, return to you. In Buddhism, karma operates on a similar principle, where every action has a consequence that reflects back on the person who initiated it. Even in Hinduism, the law of karma functions as a cosmic law of balance, where good actions bring positive outcomes and bad actions lead to suffering. These teachings across various belief systems reinforce the idea that the energy you put out into the world through actions, words, spells, prayers, or even thoughts inevitably returns to you. The energy you put out through the spell can come back distorted if it's not handled properly. For instance, if you cast a spell to receive love from someone who smells nice but fail to act on that opportunity when it arrives, you may find yourself with a consequence, like suddenly dealing with unpleasant body odor. Or if you cast a spell to get someone fired, and the spell doesn't work, the result may backfire, and you may find yourself in a work situation that leads to your own termination. Another example, if you pray for someone that will love you, even the dark sides of you, and when they show up, you turn away or reject them due to expectations, insecurity, doubt, or fear, you may find yourself in a string of loveless relationships, isolated and alone, or likely both. In fact, spells are just words, hence the term spelling. Your words carry significant power. Whether it's through casting spells, saying negative prayers, or control or fear, gossip, gaslighting, or intentionally misleading someone, these negative actions can be seen as forms of black magic because they manipulate others. The intention behind your words and actions is what determines whether they are positive or negative. It's important to understand that witchcraft and spell work are real and should not be taken lightly or used because you think it's funny or cute. They have very real consequences. When you engage in spell work, you are working with energy, and that energy has power. The spells you cast set things in motion, and whether or not you intend to, you can create ripple effects in your life and the lives of others. This is why it's essential to approach any spiritual practice with respect and clear intentions. It's also important to remember that rituals don't automatically mean witchcraft. Rituals are everywhere. Think about school, where we recited the Pledge of Allegiance every morning, or sports teams with pre- and post-game rituals. These actions help focus energy and intention, and they aren't inherently connected to witchcraft. In fact, they are part of everyday life. Many athletes and artists have rituals they do before games or performances to get them into the right mental space and again focusing energy and setting an intention. You might have a ritual of doing yoga, walking your dog, or going to the gym, saying positive affirmations, praying before meals, enjoying your morning coffee, brushing your teeth, or journaling before bed. These are all rituals that help focus your energy and set intentions, much like how spiritual or religious rituals help people connect with a higher power. When I first began my spiritual journey, I had a very Disney-like image of witches and witchcraft. I sometimes referred to myself as a white witch, witch of the light, ceremonial witch, or even a kitchen witch, focusing on positive, healing energies. But as I learned more, experienced other cultures, and saw real witchcraft in action, I disassociated myself from these terms and began to understand the importance of intention in all spiritual work. So, no, not all tarot readers are into witchcraft. Tarot is a tool that anyone can use to connect with their intuition and reflect on their life, regardless of their spiritual or religious background. The focus is on your intention and how you use that universal power to create positive change in your life. I hope this helped answer some of your questions about tarot and how I approach readings. Remember, tarot is all about guidance, insight, and connecting with the energies around you. If you have any specific questions you'd like me to answer, feel free to leave them in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer them. Thanks so much for watching, and I can't wait to explore the cards with you soon.